I'll show you how to film your own art tutorials using a smartphone camera and a tiny budget. You may have seen all these really cool art tutorials on YouTube with multiple camera angles and fancy graphics. There's some really cool stuff on YouTube, but I've found that it's really hard to compare yourself and copy YouTubers who are miles ahead of you with millions of subscribers and professional equipment and editors to help. My advice is to find someone just a couple steps ahead of you and copy what they're doing. Right now, I've got a little more than 500 subscribers, and I've been doing YouTube seriously for a little less than a year. When you're new like me on YouTube, every viewer counts. So the goal is, once you get a viewer, to help them stay as long as possible. That's why I think it's good to invest at least a little bit of your budget into a couple of basic tools to help make that great first impression so that you can get that viewer to stay and hopefully come back for more. Some vital pieces of equipment that I use are my iPhone and my MacBook. I'm using iPhone 13 and MacBook Pro, but it'll be a similar process for Android and Microsoft users. I have a $17 front camera setup using an arm on my table, and the link is below if you like mine, but make sure it does fit the width of your desk because some of them are more accommodating and some of them need a thinner desk to accommodate it. Sound is everything, and so I recommend at least a small clip-on mic. Mine was just $15, and again, that link is below if you like mine. Plus, I make sure it connects to my phone using a little adapter, and that was only $9 on Amazon for a pack of 3. I also use a selfie ring light, which is optional, but it's nice. It balances out the light from the window with the light with the shadows on the other side of my face. I'll show you a few editing software pieces and apps that I use that are completely free to help keep that budget down. So besides the camera phone and computer, I've only spent $54 total on my film setup. To get started, you want to focus on getting a nice face front view. You're going to use this view, just like I'm showing you here, to introduce a video or to explain a concept with your body language and your voice and your face before you show it on an overhead view. As you can see, the laptop script is behind me with keywords and phrases when I'm talking like this in a face front view. I prop it up with a little tissue box. I turn my camera backwards so that I'm seeing what I'm filming to make sure that everything looks nice. Make sure you know where to look. Where is your camera view? I write my script and up the text size to 21 so it's easier to read. And I also color code my script. So for example, green means I can actually read my script because I'll be having the voice over something else, so I don't have to focus on looking at the camera. Other colors indicate screen recording or my husband helping film me demonstrate something like I'm doing here. All the other colors are me looking directly at the camera. So I could either film everything in one go by just changing my eyes where I'm at the script. I'll read this next part or look in the camera, or I can film it in little sections. It depends on how your editing process is and also your creative process, how you think. All right, let's talk about the overhead view when you're filming your art process. Turn the camera up again so that you can see when you wander off camera, see if your view and your frame is right, your lighting. For audio, you can choose to either talk as you go during your art process, or you can be silent and then film your face front view when you're talking and then use that as a voiceover. Once you're filmed, unplug your mic and check your footage to make sure the sound came through. And I recommend dampening the sound of art supplies by putting them on top of a paper towel. Otherwise, you get a horrible click or boom sound when you put art supplies down on your table. The most important thing I've learned is that you should make sure your table doesn't shake. After you film, you don't want to have to go back and refilm because the view is shaky. I'm not speaking from experience at all. Before I talk about the editing process, I think it's so important for YouTubers who are just starting out to really hone in on what your why is, because it's a lot of work up front. And if you don't have that solid, then it's hard to push through all the difficulties of learning a new process. For me, I'm a mom, I work part-time, and YouTube is a side gig for me. My goal is to grow my channel so that I get monetized and get paid to create content that I love to do. So the dream is to get paid to do something fun and to help with my family's income. If If you want to be a part of helping that dream come true, you can easily like this video and subscribe to my channel and help me get there. And if you'd like, drop your new channel in my comments. And if I like what you're doing, I'll follow you back. We gotta help each other out, right? All right, let's get those files onto your computer. There's several ways to do this. The easiest process I've found when I'm working with Apple devices is to airdrop my videos from my phone to my computer, and one at a time works faster. You can also import your videos using iTunes, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, or another service for transferring files to your computer. The video files are pretty large, so they don't usually work in emailing them to yourself. Use whatever system works best for you. And actually, this was kind of the hardest challenge I had to overcome when I was just starting out. How do I get these videos onto my computer? All right, let's talk about editing software. So for simple videos where you're pasting just one video clip next to another and creating one long video file, you can use something simple like QuickTime Player or any video software that already comes with your computer. For more complicated editing that you see on YouTube, you'll want to use another application that's similar to Adobe. Adobe has a huge learning curve and it's actually quite expensive, so I found a really cool workaround that's totally free. I use a program called DaVinci Resolve, and I can't tell you why it's free. I have no idea. I'm not a sponsor or affiliate or anything. You just download it and it's all there for you. And that link is below with no credit or payment to me. DaVinci Resolve works very similarly like Adobe, and it's popular enough that there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to do anything that you're looking for. So instead of learning the whole program up front, what I do is I learn it piece by piece. So if I'm trying to figure out how to add a timer to my video, like I just did my previous video, I just looked it up on YouTube, DaVinci Resolve how to add a timer to my video. And I learned that process by following that YouTube video. So there's lots of tutorials out there. Don't be scared about using a complicated program. Just learn it piece by piece and you'll get faster as you go. There's some other free apps that I use for graphics and video and photos to add kind of life into my videos. And those are Pexels for free stock video and images, Canva for thumbnails. I use the paid version, but the free version is awesome and you can do so much with it already. For music, background music like I have right here, you can use YouTube Music. These are all royalty free, and it's actually really hard to find the link to this supply of music for you to download. So I put that down below in the comments as well. These are all free apps, so take advantage of all of them and reduce your budget on that end so that you can invest in a good mic, lighting, and camera angle arm. For creative people who are putting their work onto YouTube, I just want to leave a final encouragement that you are not your video viewers or your analytics. If you feel like people aren't seeing you, aren't valuing your videos, keep trying new things. It's hard for us as creatives to separate who we are from how people view our art, but there is a distinction. You are valuable, you are worthy. What you make is valuable. And so don't let low viewers take you down. Keep learning this skill, keep practicing, and it'll get easier as you go, and those viewers will continue to rise. And that's about it. Go ahead and just start that channel. It's a huge dream and you're gonna learn a lot along the way. If you're new, drop that new channel into my comments and I'd love to take a look. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.